Welcome to the continuation of our lessons. We are going to take a look at composition, to be specific, profile. Okay, support us by getting these pamphlets as I've been advertising. What is a profile? A profile is just a description of a person's life, but sometimes it can go beyond a person. They can even it's possible to have a profile of a school, a profile of a company, okay? But normally, we're going to center it on a person's life. So there are two types of profiles. There is an autobiography, which is where a person writes about themselves. If you write your own story, that's an autobiography, okay? Then there is another one. By the way, before we can go to the other one, the word auto, for you to remember, the word auto means self. Automatic, an automatic car somehow has to do with self-driving, okay, or self-changing of gears or something for those who are into cars, okay. So auto means self. So autobiography, it's you're writing about yourself. Bio means life, okay. Graphy, study, okay. So autobiography is writing about your life, okay. So in autobiography, we use words like I did this, I was this, I this, okay? For example, I was born in Dundumwezi. Let me say that again. I was born in Dundumwezi. I did my primary at Chinika Primary School. So as you can see, the I is there. So no, we are just talking about yourself. So you have to use the I. Sometimes it can be a group of people, so you're writing about yourselves. In that case, you have to use the we. Okay, when you're writing on behalf of the group, as in a group's profile, we is used, as in we started out in Kamwala and here we are. Okay, then the second type is called a biography. A biography is where you write about someone else's life. It can be a celebrity, someone whose life is well known, and you've got information about their life. Okay, so the concepts in biography and autobiography, they are the same. Okay, the difference is in autobiography, write about your life. In biography, write about other person's life history. So here are some key points. So writing a profile involves presenting information about a person, character, or entity in a descriptive and engaging manner. Here is a step-by-step guide on how to write a profile. First, you have to make sure that you organize information. Once you have all the information about that person, organize them in groups, okay, so that you can present this information in paragraphs. Sorry about the noise. So that you can present the information in paragraphs. Okay. So if not already organized, organize the given points into the person's background, achievement, personality, interests, and significant events in their life. Okay. So the main parts of a biography have backgrounds, like where are they coming from, where were they born, okay, which year, okay. Then achievement, what have they achieved? Why are we even writing about them? Are they special? So what did they achieve? Personality, what kind of people were they? Interest, what is it that they liked? And significant events in their life. So what things happened that shaped their lives, or that has made us to start writing about them? Okay, so these are the main parts. So all the points that you have been given, try your best to put them in these groups. Okay, background, achievement, personality, interest, significant events. Okay. So again, the title can be the name of the person or the nickname or anything. So, but of course, not just anything, something related to what you're going to write. So let me say that again. The title can be his or her name or nickname or both. It can also be any phrase that describes him or her. For example, we can have Loti Mwale, which is a name of one of Zambia's legends. It can be No Pressure Shingango. Okay, the nickname was No Pressure Shingango. This was he's a Zambian boxer. The Zambian songbird, if it's a Zambian musician you're writing about, Mr. Bluegum, if you're writing about me. Then the wisest man Zambia ever had. Maybe you're writing about Kenneth Kaunda or someone that people, see to be wise. Okay, and of course a celebrity. Okay, so you can structure your titles in this manner, but you can keep it simple by just picking the name. So in the introduction, what do you include? So you begin your profile with an engaging opening sentence or paragraph that grabs the reader's attention, just like in other types of composition, and introduces the person. Provide some basic information about who they are and why they are worth writing about. Okay, so that's what you should include in the introduction. You can even add even where they were born, a bit of the background information. Okay, here's an example. Thomas Perry could run, could jump, could kick, and he could do something that no one knew at first. Born on 24th October 1992, he was broad at shoulders and narrow at hips. He was Zambia's finest in rugby with his infamous team, Yaziko. He changed how the rest of the world viewed Zambia in sports. We know the reader will know that, oh, this is a legend in rugby. Okay, so this is worth reading now. So that's how you should structure your introduction. So the main body now, that's where now you can start with those sections which I shared. Okay, try to have the following paragraphs in the main body. Okay, you can start with the background, where you provide relevant background information about the person, which may include details about their upbringing, okay, education, family, and any experiences that shaped who they are. For example, if he was a boxer, you can say he was involved in fights with bigger boys. Okay, at the age of 7, he could find himself in street fights with bigger boys. Okay, then after that, you can go to achievements. Highlight the accomplishment and significant milestone in your person's life. The person you're writing, also called the subject. This could include awards, honors, career advancements, contributions to their field, or any other notable achievements. Of course, if it's section B, you'll be given the points. Don't worry. Then you can go to the third paragraph, talking about personality traits, where you describe his or her personality and characteristics. Use examples or quotes to make him or her come to life. So as you are describing the personality and the characteristic, you can use some of the quotes or that he said or that she said, okay, or some examples of something that happened just to paint the person. Or you can say, trying to in an effort to try to show that he was strong when he was young. You can say that if you are hearing him trying to cut down a tree, you're not seeing him, you're just hearing the noise, you may think that it's 7 people who are trying to cut that tree. Okay, you are painting a picture of how strong this person was. Okay, then you can now go to another paragraph that talks about interests and hobbies if you have been given those points. Okay, so you share information about your subject's interests, hobbies, and passions outside of their professional life. Okay, this adds depth to the profile and helps the reader connect with them on a more personal level. It's boring, or not boring, but you feel disconnected as a reader when you're reading about a boxer and you're just reading about he defeated this one, he defeated this one. But if you say something simple, something outside the box, and maybe he used to fail algebra at school, maybe as a reader, if I'm not good at algebra, I will understand. Okay, so it's very important to talk about interests and hobbies. Then you can also do another paragraph that talks about challenges and obstacles, where you discuss any challenges, obstacles, or setbacks he or she has faced and how they have overcome them, if they did overcome them. This shows resilience and adds a human element to their profile. Then in the conclusion, you can wrap up your profile with a concluding paragraph that summarizes the key points and leaves a lasting impression on the reader. Okay, you may also offer some reflection or insight into the significance of your subject's life and accomplishments. So you can summarize some important details, or you can write some phrase that give a lasting impression on the reader, so that when they finish reading, it can still be in their mind whatever you have written. So we're going to take a look at an example which is going to be centered on Nelson Mandela. So the title can be Nelson Mandela, or it can be the first Black president of South Africa, or it can be the African giant. So in the introduction, we are going to, of course, mention things that makes him worth writing about. Okay, so we start. Nelson Mandela, born on July 18, 1918 in Wesel, South Africa, was a revolutionary leader, philanthropist, and the first Black president of South Africa. Okay, so we're not just writing about any Jim and Jack, we're writing about someone special, someone who was a revolutionary leader, a philanthropist, and the first ever Black president of South Africa. Okay, from here we have to go in the main body where we have to do, you know, the background, but I'm going to skip some of those. Yeah, I'll go straight to maybe achievements. Okay, Mandela dedicated his life to fighting against apartheid, a system of institutionalized racial segregation and discrimination enforced by the South African government. So the reason why I did this is depending on the points you have been given, sometimes you may not be given all the sections. You have to use the points that you have been given to come up with your profile. Okay, so in this case, I don't have more background information other than where I was born, which I've given in the introduction. So now I've gone to accomplishments. Okay, so I'll continue with the next paragraph. After years of activism and political struggle, Mandela was imprisoned for 27 years for his anti-apartheid activities. Despite the harsh conditions of his imprisonment, Mandela remained steadfast in his commitment to justice and equality. Upon his release in 1990, he continued his effort to dismantle apartheid and promote reconciliation and democracy in South Africa. So, the next paragraph, I talked about the challenges and how he overcome them. Of course, he was imprisoned, but he still continued pushing for anti-apartheid. Okay, so that's how you do it. You talk about challenges. You talk about how, you know, those challenges were, you know, were overcome if they were. Okay. Mandela's leadership and vision played a pivotal role in ending apartheid and ushering in a new era of democracy in South Africa. In 1993, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts to promote peace and reconciliation. Mandela's legacy continues to inspire people around the world to work towards a more just, equitable, and peaceful society. So this is the conclusion, where, of course, I've written about more accomplishments and also why Mandela was worth writing about, the legacy he left. Okay. So this marks the end of our lesson. For more examples, you can get this pamphlet. See you in the next lesson.